Morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. I'm Stewart Mader, chair of the Path Riders Council, and I spoke with you back in the fall. I came to introduce PRC. We were beginning our first year as officially recognized by Path as the Rider Advisory Board, and I wanted to share with you a few things that we've done over the past year. During our pilot year, one of the things that PRC and Path worked together on was looking at frequency, train volume, particularly around peak commuting periods, and one of the adjustments we worked together on was shifting the frequency of trains during peak hour from, it tended to start a little earlier in the afternoon around the beginning of the 4 o'clock hour and end earlier in the 7 o'clock hour. We worked together to shift that so that it starts a little later and ends a little later, which, probably a commentary on us all working longer hours, but it's a good thing for the transit system, obviously, to look at changes in commuting patterns and habits and be able to adjust to that. So, and building on that this year, we've worked on a number of good initiatives, and I'd like to just quickly tell you about 3 of them. One is looking at that same idea of volume, train volume and headway and service frequency. PRC and Path have worked together to add an additional AM train during the 5 to 6 a.m. hour on the Newark to World Trade Center line, which is good. It increases service during that hour. It reduces train headways, and that's obviously beneficial for people who've got an early morning work start time, an early plane flight out of Newark Airport, and those returning home after an overnight work shift. Another area that we've worked together on is looking at service around things like weather events, winter storms, things like that. If there are service disruptions in parts of the system, are there things that can be done in other parts of the area system to mitigate that? And one of the things that we've worked together with the Transportation Division on is the notion of, for instance, if you've got a service disruption between Journal Square and Newark, which is something we saw back in February snowstorms, could service be run on a shuttle service between, for instance, Harrison and Newark, so that people who are in Harrison could get to Newark and get to a different transit option? And that's something I'm pleased to say is now part of the operating plan within the Transportation Division. So that's another area of good collaboration. And then the third one is something about which I'm particularly proud. I've brought along a little show and tell prop, which is a new version of I'm going to try and hold this up as best I can above my head. It's a new version of the line map for Path. And what's important about this is at every station where there's a transit connection, either a direct physical connection like World Trade Center or 23rd Street, 33rd Street, and so forth, there are now indications on the map of the transit connections that are available. So Amtrak, New Jersey Transit, Hudson Bergen Light Rail, and New York City Subway. And this is fantastic because this is the kind of improvement that it's a tangible benefit for riders. It increases awareness of transit options in the New York and New Jersey urban core, and it's something people will see that benefit for years to come. So those are the 3 quick highlights. We've got a number of other good initiatives we're working on. I hope to share more in the future, but we'll leave it there. And I just want to thank the staff at Path and members of PRC for a lot of good collaboration. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, thank you, and thank you for the service on the Ridership Council and for the collaboration with which you pursue this. We appreciate it, and that is a significant contribution. Thank you.
Thanks.